Welcome to Barely Begun. Today we have a food haul, grocery haul video. Yesterday was payday, so I figured I would treat myself, stock up on some things. So normally my normal trip might just be the ground beef and chicken and protein, and a snack. But I tried some other new things. Went to a few different stores to see what I could find. But the basics, I have 4 packs of 3 pounds of ground beef. This is 80/20. Normally I buy a mix of 93 and 80 and then mix them together because my stores don't usually carry like 85. But now that I'm having more chicken for breakfast and lunch, I have that extra space for more fat and need more fat, so I just went with the 80 this week. I also have 2 whole chickens. I've been just buying chicken breasts, but then I figured, well, if I'm going to make this a regular thing, I might as well just do the whole chicken. I usually just prefer white meat, but I will roast them up today and then combine them. I'll show you that as a little meal prepping for the week as well. And it's cheaper, so that was kind of my goal. Hamburger and chicken, going for cheaper. These days I've recently increased my calories and the amount I eat, but my budget doesn't necessarily increase. So this week, a lot of hamburger, a lot of chicken. Got some coffee. My tastes are changing a lot in this way of eating, and I was always coffee is just a vehicle for sugar and cream, but I've cut out the cream mostly because I try to keep the fat down, and I have a dairy allergy. A little bit more about that when I get to this section here. But I still use artificial sweeteners. But just coffee and an artificial sweetener is a big step for me that I'm like, oh, that's okay. And then even the times that I've tried it just black, I've been, well, that's not horrible. So I think, I may work up to that where it's just black coffee and enjoy that, which is certainly something I would never have thought, a couple of years ago that could be me. I have had a lot of cravings for some nuts recently, which I can go overboard with. So I specifically stayed away from cashews and macadamias, which are my favorites. But I was really craving something crunchy and something just beyond ground beef and chicken. So got some peanuts and some almonds. And because I eat so few carbs at this point, like it's not overdoing it, just to have some nuts these days. Went to Market of Choice, which was not on the plan today. I meant to go to Natural Grocers, which is my sort of new favorite store, but I accidentally missed the turnoff for Natural Grocers, and it's a part of town where basically once you do that, you can't turn around for quite a bit. So I had to follow that road until I could turn around, and by the time I could turn around, I was at Whole Foods. I said, well, I might as well stop. So I got a lot more at Whole Foods than I really intended to. But I have always had a dairy allergy, but certainly I knew that before I switched to keto. But it's not, it's a light allergy, so, I usually ignore it, but I had been trying to cut back a lot, but I thought I would try goat products to see if it made a difference. A lot of folks on raw dairy have a much better reaction, but that's hard to come by, so I thought I would try some goat products. I have only ever had feta, regularly as a goat product, so I wanted to try some other cheeses. So the guy at the dairy really recommended this if I wanted to try a hard goat cheese. So this is a Gouda called Midnight Moon by Cypress Grove. I love Gouda, so we're going to try a goat Gouda. And then a soft cheese picked up this Vermont Creamery. I was gonna go with plain because I don't, I tend to like plain flavors better, but I know this is a classic, so I went with that. Some just raw coconut because it just looked good. It was the first place I stopped, and I was hungry, which of course everyone knows is a mistake. So I was like, oh, coconut, that sounds really good. So got some coconut, goat cheese feta, tried some goat milk. I'm not much of a milk drinker, and I don't have anything, I don't eat cereal or oatmeal or make mashed potatoes or anything like that anymore. So, but I wanted to try something, and this was the smallest container that they had. And then I got goat yogurt, just plain because of the carbs. The flavors still got up pretty high, but this one only is 6 carbs for the container. And we'll see how it goes. I don't eat much yogurt anymore just because of mostly the high sugar content as well as just the dairy. But so I'm going to try that out. And then I saw this A2. They make milk, of course, but I got heavy whipping cream for my coffee since I already had that. I knew that there was something different. I remembered there was something different about A2 dairy in the store, but I couldn't remember what it was. So I went ahead and got it, and then got home and checked, and A2 is a different protein that really helps people with digestive dairy issues, which is not my issue. My issue that I feel is usually getting a lot of mucus or phlegm and some redness on my face. So I'm not sure that's really going to have any effect with the A2 protein instead of the mix of the A1, A2 protein. But, why not? I'll try it. Like I said, it's a minor allergy. It's certainly not anything terribly detrimental. I still have cheese, and it doesn't generally affect my mood so much, other than just for 5 or 10 minutes I'm a little phlegmy and a little redder than normal, but I'm always kind of red. So and then I got some goat butter. Butter, usually isn't that much of a problem for folks with dairy issues because it's almost all fat. There's so little of the lactose or issues that carry over after you turn it into butter. But I figured I will try it along with everything else. At the natural grocers, I still did get a couple things, goat butter, and I saw this Applewood smoked fine sea salt. I just recently bought a huge 10-pound tub of the Redmond's real salt, but I saw this and was like, I've never had a smoked salt. I will give it a try. It's just a little bit, and I thought it was pepper at first, so we shall see. I've never tried these before, so I picked one of these up. Love good fats, as a treat. So we'll see how it goes. Lemony, I thought it would be a nice little burst of cleansing palate after all the heavier things in dairy that I'll be trying in the next couple weeks. Treat Russell Stovers. These are really good. The normal Russell Stover stuff sends me to the bathroom, with the normal artificial sweeteners. But these slightly leveled up part of their brand uses erythritol and stevia. So I have no issues with these. These don't give me any digestive issues. And it's really good, and it was on sale. So I got one of these. Because I'm on the nut kick, this was on sale. Keto Crunchy Nutso. I've never tried this one before, but it's a mixture of all sorts of nuts: almonds, coconut, Brazil nuts, pecans, macadamia nuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and salt. But no oils, so I was like, oh, well, can't go wrong there. And so I'll give that a try. And then lastly, Safeway. Super Coffee. I've never tried these before, but I know they've been in some of the keto subscription boxes, so I will give one a try. That's pretty much it for Yeah, I think I mentioned the coffee. Yeah, so we're pretty much set for a couple weeks now. This is about 2 weeks of protein for me. I'm not sure how long it'll take me to go through, try the dairy. But I will give you guys an update. I'm going to do meal prep today, so I'll definitely roast the chickens today and mix that up. I'll probably do it half the ground beef, depending on what's the date. 11/18, yes, 11/23. So I don't need to go ahead and freeze these because this is 2 weeks at most maximum supply. So without freezing, I probably won't do much prep to them. I might just do a few up for a couple days, or I might not. We'll just see how it goes today. But that's it. See you later with some chicken. Alright, so here's the chicken, all combined, white and dark and chopped up. I have 2 bags of 20 ounces, which will last me about 4 days, and then the rest is about a pound. I plan to use this as in 5 ounces for breakfast and lunch through the week, and then add something else to it. And of course, I've got hamburger for dinner, plus whatever else I want to throw in, like some goat cheese. So that's it for the week. Thank you for watching, and so this is how my weeks go lately. If you liked it, go ahead and subscribe. You can check out what I'm going to do next time. Give it a pause up. Be healthy.